So in this video we will learn about animated library in React Native. Animated library is basically used to create animations. We can create powerful fluid animation using this animated library. We have multiple methods like animated.timing, animated.value, duration, and with the help of all these methods we can create components with animations. So first of all, just create a React Native project and open it on Visual Studio Code. And I already opened the iOS simulator. You can also use Android simulator. Animated library works with both the OS. So first of all, we need to import some components: text, view, button, and animated. View is already imported. Okay, so first of all, we need to provide a value, a base value to the animation, the starting value. And for that, we do not need to provide the value directly, which instead we should use ref hook so that it will return a mutable ref object. So let's create const fed animation, use ref, new object, animated dot value. It will be 0 and it will be current value. Now we will be applying an animation, a small animation to a view component. We can apply animation to image component, text component, view, flat list, section list, any of the component. So for this example, we will be applying this animation to a view component. So we will be creating two buttons. One is fade in and second is fade out. When you click on fade in, the view will slowly appear onto the screen, and when I click on the fade out, it will slowly disappear from the screen. So let's create a function for fade in animation. Animated dot timing, the start value will be fade anim, then it will go to the value to 1. Now understand this, the base value is 0, so it slowly increase to value 1 so that it will appear onto the screen, and the duration it will take to reach from 0 to 1 we can specify in milliseconds. Let's say 5000 milliseconds. Dot start. Now let's create similar function for the fade out. Animated dot timing, again fade anim, because it's already reached to value 1, fade anim now, and now it will reach to value 0. So in fade out it will slowly disappear. So when we first click on fade in, the value of fade anim will already reach to the value 1, and when we click on the fade out button, it will decrease to 0. And we can provide duration, let's say 4000 milliseconds. Again start. Okay, so this basically two methods that we'll be using to create animation. Now let's create animated view. To create animated view, we just simply need to attach animated to the component. Okay, so let's provide some styling. The first one is styles dot fading container. We'll be creating this style, and on the opacity, because fade animation is related to the opacity, we'll be applying fan anim reference to the opacity, so that for when we click on the fade in, the value of the fade anim goes to 0 to 1, and on fade out it will goes from 1 to 0. So basically this is our view. Let's write a text on it also. Fading view. We will be creating style, styles dot fading text. Now let's create two buttons. In this view, we'll be creating two buttons for the fade in and fade out, and we'll apply style button row. Okay, so the first button, title will be fading, and on press event we'll be calling the fade in function, this function. Let me just copy this much. On the second button we'll be calling fade out. Okay, that's pretty much it. We have created two functions, fade in and fade out. We have created a fade animation reference, and the current value is 0. And in both the function, in the first function the value goes from 0 to 1, and on the second one the value goes from 1 to 0. And we have applied animated to view component, and this fade anim reference is connected to opacity. Now let's create the style. The fading container, let's provide some padding, let's say 20. Let's put a background color. So background color of the view of this animated view component, let's say yellow. Now fading text, font size, let's say 30. The button row, let's provide justify content center, margin vertical, let's say 15. Now let me just save this. Let me just save this one. As you can see, now we are seeing two buttons, fade in and fade out. If I click on fade in, it should appear the view component with the red background, sorry, yellow background. So let me just click on the fade in. As you can see, we are getting one warning, use native driver. Okay, so you need to provide use native driver true. Here also, let me just save this, and when I click on fade out, it will slowly disappear. If I change it to, let's say, 2 seconds, it will be much faster. Let me change it to 1000 milliseconds. Let me change this to, let's say, pink. So basically this is how you can use animated library and use animated.timing and the animated.value. These all the properties that you can use with animated library to provide animation to the various component. It's a very basic animation. In our later videos, we will see much more complex videos on animations. We'll be applying animations to each and every part of the application. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching it.